One of the biggest problems I'm seeing with new business owners right now is that you're being a little too self-centered when it comes to marketing your product, which means that you are building your brand, you're building your website, your landing pages, your packaging, all that stuff around your preferences, around what you like, around what appeals to you. The problem is that you have this product over here that you created to fulfill a need for someone else, right? And a lot of times there is bleed over between, the target audience for your product. And I know that we all know about niching right now, but a lot of people, what they don't learn about is how to actually design for the different demographics, right? And so I'm just going to talk really quick about generations, the different generations that are typically buying online right now, and the different kinds of things that they actually want from your brand. Okay. So first of all, we have Gen Z, we have millennials, we have Gen X, and we have baby boomers. Now, typically Gen Z, they don't want to be overtly marketed to. I mean, they actually are a more fiscally responsible generation than generations that came before them because they lived through the recession at an early age. They are currently seeing an economic instability in the marketplace, and they grew up with entrepreneurialism as like a standard, right? As an ideal. And so these people are going to be a little bit more risk averse than some of these other in between generations. Now, your baby boomers here, they actually want to be overtly sold to because they are like, hey, I don't have a lot of time. Give it to me straight. I can cut through the BS. I want to know, what is it that you're offering me, and do I want it? They want it quick, okay? So your baby boomers, they need those buttons super prominent. They need to know that offer super prominent. Gen Z, though, they're going to need a lot more warm-up. They're going to need a lot more trust building. They're going to need a lot more testimonials, things like that in your design and the way that their experience is, okay? So the way that you're going to market to these two generations is totally different. The way that you're going to design for them, totally different, okay? So this is the kind of stuff that we want to think about. Now, you could hire a designer, and a good designer is going to be thinking about your target audience, as you should be too. The problem is that if you aren't clear as a business owner, your designer is always going to try to make you happy, right? And if you aren't clear on this, then how are you going to cast vision for a designer where you're the client? You ultimately are the one being like, hey, I would like this. I prefer this. I prefer that. You're giving the feedback. And so you have to have good vision for this too. Now, I want to help you create a timeless brand that you're not constantly having to tweak and update, that you're like, I'm super clear on who my audience is. I know exactly what they want. I know exactly what puts them off. And I know how to sell to those guys through my online presence. If that is you, if you are like, oh, I have a brand that I'm constantly tweaking, then please join us for our challenge. It's coming up on November 1st. It is a 3-day live boot camp where we are going to be going through this kind of stuff, generational design, what website mistakes that you're making and how to tweak them fast. Also, we're going to teach you how to build things that you really need to know how to build as a CEO and owner of your business it's not wise for you to outsource all the time. It's just not even possible for you to outsource all the time, just based on, your deadlines and things that you need to turn around and pivot quickly. And we're also going to go over how you can generate more traffic to your business. If that sounds good for you, then join us for the challenge. Again, it's happening November 1st. You can snag your spot, and I'll see you there.